first graders. This lesson is Phonics Unit 5, Session 5, okay? And today you're going to have a lot of papers you need for this. You're going to need this paper. These were all in the packets that went home. These 3 pages of words, and then this page of little pictures, and this page of words, okay? And if you have like a piece of paper and pencil or a whiteboard and a dry erase, that would be great too, because I'm going to have you do some writing. Okay, let's get started. So today we're talking about one more thing you're going to need, this little popsicle stick with an R at the top. And if you can't find this, if you didn't find it in your little bag, you could always make one, or you could just take a little letter R. You can just write a little letter R on a piece of paper because we're going to be using it to insert into words, okay? So today we're going to be talking about rascals in words, and the rascal today is the letter R. You may know a rascal. It's not necessarily a mean or a bad friend. It's someone who just gets you into trouble sometimes. So when I think about rascals, I think about my dad was a little bit of a rascal sometimes when he was a little boy. And he and his friend Russ Fellhausen used to get into all sorts of trouble. One time they were running through this, they were trying to race to the top of this barn, and there were 2 ladders going up to the top part. And with Russ, because my dad wanted to win apparently, which is weird because he's not usually like that, he decided he would jump from one part of the ladder to the other ladder. He didn't make it, and he fell and he hit his head, and it was bad. Anyway, he and his friend Russ, there's a lot of stories involved Russ with my dad getting hurt. So it's just kind of funny. You might have a friend like that too. They're not bad. They're good friends, but they just get you into trouble. Well, that's what the letter R does to words. It changes the word. So a perfectly fine word, all of a sudden it changes the letters on you and gets you all confused. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to move you a little closer now here. So let's take our first word here. So this is this first paper. So you can take this paper out, and I'm just going to tape it up onto my little easel here so you can see it well. Hopefully you can see it well. Yep, okay. So this first word here, if we read this first word, we have the word, what is that word? C-A-T. What is that word? That is cat, right? So now if I add the R after my vowel, we always add it after the vowel, it's C-A-R-T. So now what is that word? The A goes from cat, it's saying an A sound there, to when you add the R, do you know what that A says now? It says R. So it says cart. So the A, the sound totally changes from A to R. So now it's cart. You see that? Isn't that funny? Okay, now this one, we've got fat. So if we add the R, we'll say fart, fart. I don't know what that is. What is that? Listen carefully. Fat becomes, you know what it is, you guys. I can do this when you're not in class, right? Because you're not going to get all goofy-oofy. That's fart. That's how you spell fart. Because the A changes to that R sound again. Isn't that so funny? Okay, now here's the word bid. Bid means like if you went to an auction and you wanted to bid on an item. That means like you say, oh, I want to buy that item. I'm going to bid on it. I'm going to change myself so you can see me a little better. Bid. That says bid. So if I add my R after my vowel, you always add it after the vowel. Now bid, the I says bird, bird. That's bird right there. Okay, let's look at this one. Shot, like you go to the doctor and you get a shot, right? So now if we add our R after our vowel, we've got the ah becomes or, short. Short. Yeah. Like you're shorter than your parents, and soon you'll get taller than them, probably. Okay, this word is E and the A together. The E is going to say its name. So we've got heat, meaning it's hot out, there's heat. If we add our R after our vowels, the EA goes from E, the E sound, to art, heart. Okay. This one's lean, lean, lean. If you put the R after the vowels, you've got learn, learn. Good, 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 you guys. Good at these. Okay, one more practice page, and then you're going to get to practice on your own a little bit. Okay. This page, we've got cap becomes carp. Carp is a kind of fish, if you didn't know that. Had, we put the R after the vowel. We've got hard. The A becomes R, ha, R. You hear how the R changes the vowel sound? Here we have skit, and skit, the I in skip becomes skr, all of a sudden it becomes and not I anymore. Skirt. Spot becomes sport. At becomes art. And pot becomes port. Like a port is where a boat, sails into or goes into. All right. Now the next page, don't look at the words yet. I'm going to say some of the words, and I want you to try to write them. Okay. So I want on your paper, I want you to write the word tap. Tap. I'm going to write up here. And leave some space in between these words so you can put an R in there. Tap. Now you're going to change tap into tarp. So where are you going to put that R? The R is going to go after the vowel, right? So it's going to be tar. So you're going to squeeze an R in there. Okay? Good job. The next word you're going to write is head. Can you write the word head? What is it going to start with? Head. Starts with an H. I hear an E. And actually, there's an A there too. It looks like it should be heed, to tell you the truth, but that's head. And now you're going to turn head into heard, like I heard my mom call my name. Heard. That's right. The R is going to go after the vowel, just like it did in the other words, okay? Now the next word is bun. Bun. Can you spell that? Bun. And you're going to change bun into burn. Burn. So that R is going to go where? It's going to go after your vowel. Your vowel is U, so it's going to go right there. Burn. Okay? Now you're going to write the word hut. Hut. Like we stayed in a hut on our trip. Hut. H. That's a U. T. Hut. Now hut is going to become hurt. Hurt. We're going to add an R. Where's the R going to go? It's going to go after the U, the vowel. Hurt. Hurt. Good. Next one is ham. I had some ham for dinner. To move this back a little bit. Sorry. Looks like ham. I'm going to put ham up here, actually, guys, so you can see it better, okay? Ham. Now I want to change ham into harm. Harm. So there's an R in there now. Is the R going to go before the vowel? Nope. It's going to go after the vowel, right? So arm. Right there. And the last one is spun. I'm going to erase a couple of these just because you can't see very well. I'm sorry if I'm in a bad setup today. Wait, where did I put it? Right there. Sorry. Spun, like the top spun for a long time. So spun. And now the word's going to become spurn, which is like I think something that's on like a cowboy's boot. I think they have spurns on their boot. Could be wrong about that. Spurn. So where's the R going to go? The R is going to go after the vowel. Spurn. You're going to squeeze it in there. Okay? The next thing you're going to do, and you can do this on your own. It's kind of a fun game. This game with the pictures, you keep the pictures on the page. On this page, you're going to cut all the words. You're going to cut them all out. Just like this. cut out the words. I'm just going to cut out the first one, turtle. And what you'll do is you'll read the word. You'll read turtle, and you'll put it on top of the word turtle. And then what we want you to do is we want you to underline the R-controlled word in it, or the R-controlled letter, which is the U. So underline the U and the R, and then you just put it on top of there. And that's all there is to that game. It's an easy one. But it's good because you can find all the R's and all the vowels that are controlled by them in that. And then the next thing I'm going to do with you is just show you some sentences. And these sentences are interesting because these are looking at the EAR. There are a lot of words that have EAR in them. But EAR, sometimes it says ear, like your ear. That's what that word says. So sometimes it's a long E, but a lot of times that's not how it sounds. So we're going to go through each different one so you can see how they all sound differently. So let's read this first sentence together. Well, hopefully you can see that pretty well. I hope you can see it. Okay, so this says, Earth is a planet. So let's listen to the EAR here. It almost sounds to me like ER, not EAR, because it doesn't sound like ear. You're not saying earth, you're saying earth. Earth is a planet. So here EAR sounds like ER. Let's read this next one. My heart beats harder after I run. So my heart, well, there it doesn't even sound like an E, doesn't it? It just sounds like an AR to me, heart. That's how it sounds to me there. So that here it sounds like an AR. The polar bear lives in the Arctic. Air. There it sounds to me, if I were going to spell it, I would spell it AIR, right? Like air, like you like to breathe air. And here, you hear with your ear. So ear, these both sound the same. So they sound like ear to me, like the long E sound. Ear. So do you see how this goes, you guys? EAR can sound like it can sound like R, it can sound like air, it can sound like ear or ear. Isn't that weird? So watch out for that. You are going to find other words are like that, and it's one of those things that at the beginning it feels so overwhelming, like you're never ever going to learn it. But I promise you, the more you read, the more you'll start to recognize these patterns and the more you'll see it. But so look for these kind of EAR words when you're reading, and look for the R-controlled words. And you can start to stick your R into other words and see if it changes them, see what it does. You can have your parents help you too if you're not sure if you've read a new word or not. But remember, the R does it come before the vowel or after the vowel? It comes after the vowel. Sometimes it'll be before the vowel, but if it comes before the vowel, it's not going to control the vowel sound. It's only going to control the vowel sound if it comes after the vowel. So that's the key to remember. If it comes after the vowel, then you think to yourself, wait a minute, I should check and make sure it hasn't changed that vowel sound, right? That's that Reader's Workshop strategy of trying it two ways. Try it two ways, see, or maybe even three ways. Maybe there's a different way you can say it. So try it all the different ways that you can. Okay, I hope you guys have fun with this. I hope you learned something. And when you're reading, look out for it. And also when you're writing, it's really helpful because these are hard words to spell. So remember, try to keep it in your head. It's going to change it when I hear that R sound. It's going to change something with the vowels, okay? All right, friends, I hope you have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.